Lisa Simpson's most childish moments. Lisa Simpson likes to think she's better than everyone else. She's smart, opinionated, and always ready to correct anyone. But behind the books and speeches is a kid who throws tantrums, picks fights, and lashes out when things don't go her way. These are Lisa Simpson's most childish moments, the ones that prove being a know-it-all doesn't mean you actually know it all. Let's start with a moment where Lisa tries to be kind, but it backfires in a really childish way. I Love Lisa, Season 4, Episode 15. In I Love Lisa, the class is handing out Valentine's cards, and poor Ralph Wiggum doesn't get any. He just sits there looking sad. Lisa sees him and feels bad, so she quickly gives him a card that says, "I choose you." It's a sweet gesture, sure, but Lisa doesn't really mean anything by it. She only gave it to stop herself feeling bad. Ralph takes it seriously. He thinks Lisa likes him now. He follows her around. He calls her. He brings her gifts. On the other hand, Lisa doesn't like any of it. But instead of telling him that she's not interested, she says that he's a nice guy, but she's not ready right now. Bad move by Lisa. This gave him hope. And here, things turned crazier. Ralph invites her to Krusty's 75th anniversary show. Lisa doesn't want to go, but says yes. Once again, she avoids the talk. Then, during the show, Ralph asks her in front of a huge crowd if she likes him. That's when Lisa finally snaps. She yells at him on live TV. "I just gave you a Valentine because no one else would."
No! Now you listen to me. I don't like you. I never liked you. And the only reason I gave you that stupid Valentine is because nobody else would.
Ralph's heart breaks in front of the entire town. Lisa could have pulled Ralph aside and cleared things up. She could have told him that she wasn't interested in him like that. But instead, she exploded when it was way too late. The whole school sees it, the town sees it. It's public and it's definitely childish. You gave Ralph a Valentine's card and didn't explain why. What else is the kid supposed to think? Lisa wanted to help someone to make herself feel good, but when it got uncomfortable, she embarrassed him publicly. Pretty childish if you ask me. Next up is a moment when Lisa's passion crosses the line into pure bratty behavior. Lisa the Vegetarian, Season 7, Episode 5. Lisa's had strong opinions since day one, but sometimes her passion turns into a full-blown tantrum. In Lisa the Vegetarian, the family visits a petting zoo. Lisa bonds with a little lamb and starts to question her meals. Back at the dinner table, she freaks out when she sees pork chops on her plate. That's the moment she decides to stop eating meat.
All right, Lisa, if you don't want lamb chops, there's lots of other things I can make. Chicken breast, rump roast, hot dogs.
No, I can't.
Now, that's fine on its own, but things go off the rails real fast. Lisa doesn't just want to stop eating meat, she wants everyone else to stop too. She lectures her family. She gets mad at the lunch lady at school. She even objects to cartoons having meat. And when no one listens, she just gets angrier. The most childish moment comes during Homer's big barbecue. Everyone's having fun. There's music, food, and even a pig roast. But Lisa can't take it. She throws a tantrum and runs off. Then she steals the entire roast pig and takes off on a riding mower. She pushes it down a hill. It rolls through fences, into traffic, through a river, and disappears. All just to make a point. Well done, Lisa. As if that's gonna stop people eating meat. Lisa's not an activist. She's a kid having a meltdown because the world doesn't agree with her. Lisa doesn't try to talk. She doesn't listen. She lashes out and ruins something other people were enjoying. Later, she talks to Apu, Paul McCartney, and Linda McCartney on the roof of the Quickie Mart. They remind her that pushing people never works. Lisa finally realizes she went too far. She apologizes to Homer, they make up, and Homer even makes her a veggie burger. Lisa learned something that day, but it took a big scene to get there. The lesson was, pigs need to fly through Springfield for Lisa to grow up a little. Another episode shows that Lisa's not above throwing tantrums when she's not at her best. Lisa on Ice, Season 6, Episode 8. It starts with the school giving out report cards. Lisa's used to getting straight A's, but this time there's one big shock. She fails at the gym. That single F hits her hard.
Jim? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
It shakes her confidence. For the first time, Lisa isn't the top student in everything. While Lisa's dealing with her crisis, her teacher asks her to join a pee-wee hockey team. Lisa was never good at sports and struggles even during a casual activity. To cheer Lisa up, the whole Simpson family went for an outing in a skateboard area. And there, Lisa turned out to be a natural goalie. She gets recruited, and now both Bart and Lisa are on different teams. And of course, they have got to face each other. What started as a simple school activity turns into an all-out war. Lisa can't stand losing to Bart. She becomes obsessed with beating him. Both of them start taking things personally. They fight at home, they trash talk in school, they act like enemies. The childish behavior goes both ways, but Lisa's part stands out because she usually acts better than this. She throws fits, she screams at Bart. She tells him he'll never score on her. The mature, logical Lisa is gone. All that's left is a kid who wants to crush her brother just to feel better about herself. It all builds up to their big game. The score is tied, and Bart gets a last chance to win. But instead of shooting, Lisa sees what he's doing and drops her glove. They hug in the middle of the rink while the crowd boos. That ending saves them both, but Lisa's behavior before that was pure childish drama. She let pride take over. She wanted to win, not for the team, but to prove she's an A in everything. Even Bart is better than that. Next, we got the episode where Lisa completely loses it over something she usually claims to be above: jealousy. Smart and Smarter, Season 15, Episode 13. In Smart and Smarter, the family tries to enroll Maggie in a preschool called the Much Ado About Toddlers Academy. But when Maggie doesn't speak during the entrance test, she gets rejected.
Maggie, we're not a mime school, so we can't take a non-talker. But here's some good news. The Gap will always need sweater folders.
I'm sorry we wasted your time, your lordship.
Case closed, right? Not even close. At home, Lisa starts noticing something strange. Maggie spells words with blocks. She solves puzzles. She understands definitions. Lisa is shocked. She takes Maggie back to the school and demands a second test. This time, Maggie passes everything. The preschool gives her an IQ test, and the score comes back at 167.
Meet Maggie Simpson, IQ 167.
167? That's amazing for a Christian.
Lisa's IQ is 159. That's all it takes for her to snap.
My IQ is only 159. Maggie's more intelligent than me?
Lisa starts spiraling hard. She tries to prove she's still the smartest. First, by doing stand-up comedy during lunch at school. She bombs. No one laughs. It's awkward and sad. Then she starts showing up with a new persona every day. One day, she's a dancer. Then a football player doing rope tricks. All of it backfires. She just looks more lost. Back at home, she sits with Marge and pretends to help Maggie learn new words. But she purposefully teaches her the wrong ones. Lisa, the girl who talks about fairness and learning, is now sabotaging a baby. That's not just immature, that's just straight up mean. Finally, she gives up and runs away from home. She hides in the Natural History Museum, where she's sure no one will find her. But the family calls the police. Chief Wiggum and his crew track Lisa's things to the museum. They go into the human body exhibit, and Maggie accidentally presses the swallow button. Homer, Marge, and Bart get trapped inside. Lisa signals to Maggie to hit evacuate, and Maggie finally gets it right. That's when Lisa apologizes. She admits she was jealous.
I'm sorry I ran off. Being second to Maggie's not so bad. But why didn't Maggie press the right button till I told her to?
I believe I can answer that.
Then the preschool teacher shows up and reveals the truth. During the test, Maggie wasn't answering anything. Lisa was giving her the answers without realizing it. Lisa was still the smartest, but everything she did to protect that title was not smart at all. It was petty, selfish, and one of her most childish moments ever. And all because she thought her baby sister might end up smarter than her. New Kid on the Block, Season 4, Episode 8. In New Kid on the Block, the Winfields move out, and a new family moves in next door.
Who are you?
I'm Laura, your new neighbor. You alright?
She's beautiful. Say something clever. I fell on my bottom. No!
It's Ruth Powers and her teenage daughter, Laura. Bart and Lisa go over to meet them, and right away, Laura makes an impression. She's funny, confident, and older than both of them. Bart becomes completely obsessed, but Lisa, not so much. At first, Lisa just looks confused. Then she starts to get annoyed. Laura's cool, and suddenly she's hanging out in Lisa's house, talking to her parents, and acting like part of the family. Lisa doesn't say much, but her face says everything. She clearly doesn't like sharing attention. She pouts and misbehaves. And here's the thing, Laura hasn't done anything wrong. She's not mean, she's not trying to steal anyone's spot, She's just a neighbor trying to make friends. But Lisa treats her like an intruder. It's the kind of sulky, jealous behavior you'd expect from a little sister who suddenly has to share her room or her toys. The childishness stems from Lisa's handling of the situation. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't try to get to know Laura. She just lets the jealousy sit there and grow. And really, Laura wasn't even trying to get close to Lisa. She was mostly spending time with Bart. But that's what makes Lisa's behavior even more immature. She's mad about attention she wasn't even losing. It's a small part of the episode, but it shows a big flaw in Lisa's usual mature image. Lastly, here's a time when Lisa tried to follow her heart, but it just made her act like a confused little kid. Lisa's date with density. Season 8, Episode 7. In this episode, Nelson gets caught stealing the school's hood ornament. Principal Skinner punishes him by making him clean the school. Lisa sees this and for some reason starts to notice something different about him. She begins to wonder if there's more to Nelson than being a bully. Then she realizes she's developing a crush on him. How could someone fall for a guy like that? Well, from here, things start to shift. Lisa writes him a love note, but doesn't sign it. Then she asks Milhouse to deliver it. He doesn't want to, but eventually agrees. Then comes the twist. After reading the note, Nelson beats Milhouse so badly that he ends up in hospital. Seeing this, Lisa realizes her mistake and admits to Nelson that she was the one who wrote the letter. Nelson is confused. He doesn't understand why someone would like him.
You? Why would you like me? No girls like me!
Then Lisa asks him to come to her house after school. Things escalate quickly. They start hanging out at each other's places. Lisa, the girl who usually makes smart choices, decides she wants to be with Nelson right when he seems to care the least. He doesn't treat her well. Still, she thinks she can change him. That's not just unrealistic. That's stupid. Seeing someone bad and believing a crush will magically fix everything. Lisa even starts dating Nelson, hoping he'll become a better person, but Nelson really doesn't change. He still hangs out with the bullies, he lies to Lisa, he even throws eggs at Principal Skinner's house and then denies it. Lisa catches him in the act. That's when she finally realizes the truth. Nelson just isn't the guy she wants him to be, so she breaks up with him. Lisa thought she was making a grown-up choice by falling for the tough guy and trying to change him. That was dumb. She ignored all the red flags and thought she knew better. That's not maturity. That's fantasy thinking. Lisa might be smart, but this was the kind of mistake even Bart could have seen coming. And that's our list of Lisa Simpson's most bratty, petty, and downright childish moments. For someone who's usually the smartest person in the room, she sure has had her share of tantrums, jealous fits, and over-the-top drama. Whether it was yelling at Rolf on live TV, stealing a roast pig, or tattling like the school hall monitor, Lisa reminded us that being smart doesn't always mean acting your age. Got a favorite Lisa meltdown we missed? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more Simpsons chaos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around. There's always more growing up to do in Springfield.